Good morning, Bitcoin. Today is Friday, September 1st, 2017. My name is Thomas Hunt, and here's what's happening today in Bitcoin. The price of Bitcoin was up 2.21% the last 24 hours, with a last of 48.12, a high of 48.28, and a low of 46.93. Our top story, F2Pool Reneges. Bitcoin pool pulls Segwit 2x support over Hardfork. This is great news for Bitcoin. F2Pool has joined Bitwalla. Now there are two companies that previously signed the Segwit 2x agreement, but have now changed their minds. Companies who are out there, you can change your mind. If you didn't know that there would be no core developers working on Segwit 2x, you could always say, hey, things have changed, and I changed my mind too. It's only a fool who doesn't change his mind when confronted by new information. Don't be a fool. 48.80. Bitcoin price climbs to another all-time high. And you know what that means. Another round of stories from the mainstream media. And you guessed it, today's word is bubble. That's right, bubble. When the media doesn't understand something because something new is happening, they try to go back and look at what's happened before. And today they say, bubble. Bubble. Last time it was tulips. This time it's bubble. Finally, how Bitcoin's retail champion rolls with volatile punches. As you know, Overstock.com has been taking Bitcoin for quite a while now, and their CEO, Patrick Byrne, is a big fan. However, Overstock has only been holding 10% of their Bitcoin, allowing 90% to be converted into cash. Now that Bitcoin's gone from 400 to 4,000, they're going to take a 50-50 split. A little too little, maybe too late, but still great to have the support of Overstock.com. And finally, the users, the people who actually use Bitcoin, are rejecting the 2x hard fork. With this t-shirt, Ivan Barreto joins the No 2x movement. We also had a great Breaking Bad meme from Infernal, Bitcoin preacher. He says, I am the one who blocks. No 2x. We also had my No 2x graphic, which originally had me and Bitwalla on the No 2x side. Now we've got quite a few more, including F2Pool, with 15% of the hash rate. We had a great iceberg meme from Moonkin responding to Jeff Garzik, who's looking for success. We think success is a little differently, and you should steer clear of those Segwit 2x icebergs. Inferno with another meme, yippee-ki-yay, come out to the coast, we'll get Segwit 2x, get replay attacked, have some laughs. Great stuff. And more on the diehard meme. Two companies have said no. Why haven't you? It's time to ask your favorite Bitcoin company why they think we should have a 2x hard fork. Bruce Willis looks like a bit of a honey badger in this picture. And you know things are in trouble when you have a honey badger on your case. As this graphic shows, they made a deal in the boardroom, but there was a honey badger in the building. And just for you who are keeping score, none of the Bitcoin core developers agree to the Segwit 2x. Even F2Pool only accepted until July. And as you know, July is long past. We said no to Segwit 2x, and we continue to say no. We're also joined by Jimmy Song for a check of the current scaling. If everyone could give us a thumbs up and a share, that would be great. And if it's your first time here, be sure to subscribe down below. How's it going, Jimmy?
It's going well. If you could take a look at the link that I sent you, it's a tweet by Wang Chun. He's the owner of the F2Pool. And what he says in that tweet was very interesting. He apparently agreed to the New York agreement on a limited basis. He said, I will only support New York agreement until the end of July. And he actually extended that a month so that he could make sure that Segwit could actually get through. And now that it's September, he's saying, well, I'm done. I did more, above and beyond what I actually said I would. So I'm out of it. So it's not quite the story that everyone's making it out to be, which is that, hey, I'm going to, I made this agreement, but I'm reneging. It's more like I never really agreed to it in the first place in the full. I just said I will support it until the end of July. He extended it a month. Now it's September. He's saying, well, now I'm not. And that I thought was very interesting. I honestly wonder how many other signers had that sort of clause in there that said, hey, I only agreed to this much. And now that it's September, I can get out, or maybe October, maybe November. Who knows? Whatever happens.
If we need to provide a way for signers to save face, I'm fine with that. I'm fine with the rest of the list saying, oh, we only agreed till July. We weren't going to do this forever, certainly not in November. More companies can use this excuse. Come on, put them on the board. I'll accept that. That's a fine excuse.
Yeah, I mean, we don't know what they actually signed, right? Like they apparently signed something in a back room, and they announced it in a blog post. But there wasn't any piece of paper with actual signatures or anything. Who knows? There might not even be one. But it
sounds like the Magna Carta. It's always a good deal if you don't know what you're signing.
Yeah, we have no idea. So that's something that I wanted to point out. Cash.coins.dance, people are still mining at a loss, and that's still kind of strange to me. And there are more blocks coming in today than before. Something else in the cash.coin.dance that somebody noted is that BTC.top and I believe Antpool are actually signaling for the New York agreement on Bitcoin Cash, which makes no sense because the agreement is on Bitcoin and not Bitcoin Cash. But in their Coinbase, there's NYA. The string is there. So probably that's due to them sort of not adjusting their Coinbase string when they switch over back and forth between the pools, because we do know that those two pools in particular are switching between Bitcoin Cash and New York and Bitcoin based on whichever one tends to be more profitable. Although, the past few days, it hasn't been more profitable, and they're still doing it. I did hear from a reader of my Bitcoin Tech Talk newsletter, hey, maybe they're just sort of considering it marketing cost, right? Like the 30% or whatever, they get to sort of market it. It's a chain that maybe they feel like they can control more, and they want to market it and get it to be more popular or something like that. So that may very well be the case, and it might be worth it to them. I don't know.
That's an incredible amount of money to spend on marketing, perhaps the most ever spent. The opportunity cost that they're losing on Bitcoin is unbelievable. But
yeah, I mean, who knows, right? Like I did one of the things that I've read over the years is remember like the daily fantasy football sites. They apparently like had these pools where they were clearly losing money. The prize pool was greater than the number of entrants, and they just considered it marketing costs. It feels a little bit like that, right? Like they're still probably making money because the hardware is a major contributor to the cost, and that's sort of a fixed cost, and Bitcoin price is so high, so it's still very profitable. It's more of an opportunity cost. They're not losing money by going to Bitcoin Cash versus Bitcoin, most likely. They're probably just not making quite as much money, and then the difference, they can sort of write it off as like marketing costs or something like that. Anyway, other than that, I mean, Segwit continues to become, be a larger part of the network. I did notice that Trezor now defaults to Segwit accounts. So every your old Segwit accounts are now called legacy accounts, and your new ones are called current. So they're sort of defaulting to Segwit. So you may want to do that. That's a very nice way to save some money on fees, because it doesn't cost as much if you're sending money out of them. So that's something to consider if you're using Trezor. I'm not sure if Ledger does that yet. I'll have to test my Ledger. I do have a Ledger wallet, but yeah, that's kind of what you want to do. So that's my update for scaling.
All right, it's great to hear about Trezor. Trezor has offered to buy me a beer while I'm in Germany. So that's great. We're continuing to plan the Europe trip. I've got new Amazon packages arriving almost every day. Yesterday, I asked Twitter for what you forget, what you love when you travel, and people gave me lots of ideas. Bruce Fenton suggested ex officio everything. Richard Hart says try wax earplugs instead of foam ones at $7 a pack. I can afford to carry both. Give that a try. Trying out different kinds of neck pillows, inflatables versus foam ones. I don't know. Quite a lot's happening over here. We're getting ready to go to Paris. We've added Essen, Germany to the list. There's a blockchain hotel conference there. Going to see Jason King from Unsung, some other people there, lots of Bitcoiners. But thanks so much for watching. Be sure to give us a thumbs up and a share. If it's your first time here, subscribe down below because we do this every day. If you'd like to donate some Bitcoin, we've got the address on the screen. And we've had lots of people signing up for the Patreon in the link down below. You can subscribe with a credit card for as little as $2 a month to support this show and the videos I make online. Thanks so much for your support. We'll see you soon with the Bitcoin group at 1 o'clock Pacific time today, right here on the same channel. And we've got Vortex with the Bitcoin news on Sunday. Check it out. Bye-bye.